Most people are puppets who are being controlled and simply follow the crowd. They live a life that doesn't fulfill them with people they don't like and a job they are unhappy with. On the other hand, there are a few extraordinary people on this planet who consciously navigate through life and are blessed and grateful for every single day on this earth. The brutal truth is you either are the main role and creator of your own reality, or you are the supporting role of someone else's reality. Fortunately, the secret method was revealed. This powerful tool will drastically increase your quality of life, so use this opportunity, pay attention, listen carefully, and take notes. Today, I want to share with you a method that will help you master every situation in your life. If you apply this method consistently, you will soon be able to say, "Hey, I'm always lucky," and "Hey, everything happens for me." Ultimately, this method is based on understanding what is happening in our minds. The mind, as we go through life, we experience different things and situations. Our mind then creates a story based on our beliefs and past experiences. It also anticipates things, for example, saying, "Oh, if this happens, everything will fall apart." You might see that your business numbers are a bit down, and your mind starts saying, "Oh no, what if my entire business collapses?" Or if a minor thing goes wrong, or you experience a little illness, your mind immediately starts painting a dramatic picture where everything goes downhill. In the worst case, the story becomes so dramatic and believable that you become paralyzed and unable to react to the situation itself. But if you understand that it's just a situation and your mind is telling you a story about it, you realize that what your mind is saying isn't necessarily true. You don't know what will happen. You likely have experiences where you thought something would be terrible or great, and it turned out quite differently. Your mind cannot know what will happen. The thoughts and images that arise are just a story your mind tells you, not the truth. It's not the truth you don't see the situations in your life as they are, but as you believe they are. You can imagine it like this. You have a situation, and you observe it, but you don't observe it neutrally. You have a lens, your belief system, and through this lens, you filter the situation. What gets filtered through your belief system is what you perceive, and your mind then tells you a story based on that. For example, I used to think that if I uploaded a video I would fail, people would laugh at me, and so on. I believed this story until I realized it was just a story. How could I know what would really happen? Only then could I take the next step. When you realize that it's just a story your mind tells you and not the truth, why not tell yourself a story that empowers you and gives you more self-confidence rather than one that limits you and drains your energy? You have so much power. The only thing that can limit you is your own mind and the story you keep telling yourself. Rewriting the story. When you start to reframe the story so that everything happens for you and aligns with your vision, everything will develop accordingly, leading to a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let me give you a few examples of how you can approach this. Suppose you start a new business or hobby and at first nothing happens or it doesn't go well. Many people start to think, is it worth the effort? Should I continue? It doesn't seem to be working. This is just a story your mind tells you. It's not the truth. Instead, tell yourself it's simply a test. The universe is testing if you really want it. And if you pass this test, you will be richly rewarded. It's just a test. You just need to endure this testing period. Or if something happens where you think, wow, this is really tough. Why is this happening to me? Tell yourself that God wants you to learn something here to grow. This is a lesson. Through this lesson, through this situation, you will come out stronger, bigger, wiser in the end. This way, what seems like a negative situation becomes something positive. You can then be happy and grateful that these things happen. At first, it seems bad, but just by changing the story in your head, it becomes something positive. If you think, I'll do this, I'll take this path, and the door closes in front of you, the opportunity disappears, or you face a setback, tell yourself, who knows? Maybe in 1 or 2 months, something much better will come along, and if you had followed through, it might have been worse for you. Perhaps God is destroying your plans so that your plans don't destroy you. It's again just a story you tell yourself, and you should always ask, how can I reframe the story in my head so that what happens serves me and happens for me? In the end, it'll be so, and you won't drain your own energy and power. Conclusion. The only thing standing in your way is the stories your mind tells you, and they are not true. It's just what your mind assumes might happen. Your belief system is the filter of the situation, and this distortion effect is even stronger when it comes to communication. We are social beings and interact with others, and often
Misunderstandings occur. People can talk about the same thing but still misunderstand each other because, in the end, someone has a concept in their mind based on their belief system. They try to translate this concept into words, which is already a distortion. When you hear these words, you filter them through your belief system and create a picture in your mind of what the other person meant. It's like a game of telephone. The message gets distorted as it travels. For example, I recently received a comment on one of my videos that I think illustrates this well. One person wrote, "You talk a lot without getting to the point." While 3 hours earlier, someone else commented, "I'm amazed at how you get straight to the point." The same video, but two different people perceived it and reacted completely differently. It wasn't the video that was good or bad, but the perception and filter of each person. If you understand that everything is incredibly distorted, you will see this theater we all play. You won't take things as personally as you might have before, and things that would have upset you will no longer do so because you realize they are not truly about you. Things are not as they are, but as you perceive them to be. You have the choice to decide what story you want to tell yourself. This leads to a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you will find it much easier to manifest things. Always ask yourself, how would my ideal version view this situation? How would my ideal version view the statement from this person? If a thought doesn't serve you, tell yourself a story that does. By consistently applying this method, everything will happen for you. Whether something happens for you or against you is a decision you make because you decide whether to believe the story or not. It's all in your head. It's all a mind game. When you become the master of the stories in your head and start consciously telling yourself a story that serves you and your vision, nothing will stand in your way of being, having, and doing everything you want. May your unique path be illuminated with love, light, and infinite possibilities. You are destined for greatness. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and make sure to watch the next video.